be careful talking about mass assassinations because we're actually on live right now. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Eric with the Critical Dump. Hey, I'm here with the crew right now. Quentin is on the road right now with his cheap ass phone, and we got the man right here, Mr. Justin. Justin is in the
background. What's happening? Y'all always gonna see me. Unlike Quentin.
Hey, y'all see me as well, but right now, if I turn my camera on, you're gonna see just darkness because I'm driving the car.
Are you sure that's just the background, darkness, or is that just your face? That could be just your face.
It's black ass.
It's okay with Luke Cage coming out. Hey, Dark Brother.
Hey, we gotta talk about it.
Hey, you know what? You know, when I saw.
I was gonna say, don't say you ain't seen it.
No, I saw it. When I saw Quentin, I think Quentin, you had posted the status update on Facebook about it, and I was like rushing. I was like, ooh, I gotta watch it before Quentin does, because he gonna be like all in my face. Like, you ain't seen that shit? So, yeah, I binge watched that shit, but it was fucking amazing. But Justin, go ahead, man.
Nigga, hey, Luke Cage is off the hook, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. It ain't one of them shows like it started off slow. Like, you knew who he was off rip. The references off the chain too. I done heard the Captain America reference, the Thor reference, the aliens, and all of this old stuff, man. It's cold. I like it.
Hey, man, all I know is the term coffee is going to be used for sex now. I'm always tell my girl, be like, hey, you want some coffee? You want to grab some coffee? Yeah? Hey, man, so, you got to do it.
As I can say, man, I'm going to go get coffee. Cold for sex.
Hey, why not? But, the show, I'm still only like in episode 5, so I got to catch, work shit been catching up, so I got to binge watch the rest of it this weekend.
Taking you all the way to Starbucks.
But you know what? Like, actually, like the one thing that I noticed about this show is like how well they tie into one another. It's really amazing. Like, because when you watch Luke Cage and then you watch Daredevil, and why does the other show just escape my mind? But they all tie into one another.
Jessica Jones.
That's the one. Yeah, and Rosario Dawson. Like, when I saw her just like getting it on, or I don't know if I would say getting it on, but like kissing all up on Luke Cage, I was like, how many motherfucking superheroes is this chick gonna fucking like get with? Because I mean, what is it? First it was Daredevil, and now it's fucking Luke Cage, and I'm like, yikes! I mean, she's just so deeply tied into this universe. It's like, wow, okay, well, shit.
Man, she said she just embracing her hold'em, man. That's all that means.
She want that superhero penis. That's all she want.
She want that. Y'all stupid. But nah, man, the show is legitimately good. It's very well scripted, and like the whole thing, man. I was like, okay, because it could have been corny as hell.
Yeah.
But I just, easily.
First of all, I was also happy to hear that the soundtrack's supposed to be coming out
today.
Oh, it did today? Okay, I might have to go ahead and grab that.
Yeah, the soundtrack dropped today.
I can go ahead and hit up Google Play, see if I can buy that. But, I mean, just the way that they try to show the story and how they tackle a lot of issues, I thought that was actually a clever way to throw it in there without being overly preachy. So, but I got a little bit, this is actually going to tie in with the overall topic I have. But let's go ahead and hit up some current events first. Eric, I don't know if you wrote down the ones that I was just wanted to bring up or not. Did you?
Yeah, you were talking about the Flint Hill and the Israel deal. That's the one you were talking about. Yeah, just we wanted to kind of dabble in that a little bit.
Yeah. So if you can, go ahead and give people a background on those two items.
Well, I think it's been happening for several months when we were talking about the Flint Hill aid that's been going on with the water situation. they just recently approved a $220 million deal to the Flint Hill aid package. Now there was some little going back and forth in Congress about the amount of money that was being given to them, and you know it's really fascinating. You know, when, I think me and Quentin had spoke about it. You know, like you have people arguing amongst themselves about, you know, just getting the proper aid out to people to be able to help them in such a catastrophe, but yet you have deals being struck with, between Obama and neighboring nations for a weapons deal, for a 10 years weapons deal, which is crazy. It's
10-year weapons deal?
Yeah, we have a 10 years weapons deal.
Fuck is this a pro contract? We're gonna sign this new deal, man. You're gonna be playing for us. You got the 10 year. We're gonna sign your 10-year, $200 million deal, man. You finna be broke off.
See, but you know, you gotta ask these questions. Is like we can afford and we can give the resources to other countries, but we have a bunch of issues going on here that either take forever to get taken care of, or it seems like they get put to the back burner. Because Flint, Michigan happened earlier this year, I want to say.
Something like that.
And they're just now starting to get. And then one of the news was that now a lot of people are suffering some type of bacterial infection that's going on out there as well. So it's like you have people dying because of we wanted to save X amount of dollars annually on our water costs.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's the stuff that really bad for me, and that's why I brought up with Eric. I was like, well, hold on. So we can sign this deal that has to deal with weapons. But when this situation comes up, now we got to negotiate and see how we want to approach this.
Man, you can afford to give niggas like Tony Romo $100 million deals. Flint, Michigan still can't drink their goddamn water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it.
Hey, that's a good point. I mean, hell, let's look at the universities. We can spend X amount of billions of dollars to set up these games and these playoffs or these tournaments, but the communities are all screwed up.
Yeah, the surrounding area ain't worth a goddamn. Like Michigan's between Ann Arbor and Lansing, Michigan. Both of them got the two colleges. All right, Ann Arbor got the Wolverines, and Lansing got Michigan State. Two very prominent colleges in the in the country. Right down the road in Flint, they water dirty.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. Help them out.
And see, we got news stories dating all the way back into January, so this has been going on. This has been going on for a while.
Yeah, that's why I figured it was coming up for almost 1 year. You know, we're right now 10 months in. I mean, it's a shame that
Mr.
over all this stuff, but Michigan and Ohio State. Say again.
Okay, so there you go. Go ahead and repeat that all again, man.
Oh shit, I was breaking up. Oh, my bad. No, I'm just saying. Now,
that nigga should sound like a video game.
We want to drag our feet. Like, people, you know. All right, hold tight.
Q, this gonna be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I do get what I get the gist. I think of what he's saying is that, when you got human lives online, like it seems like these issues kind of have these impediments where there's always these situations of money. Like, how can we afford to do that? But then all of a sudden, with these other situations of war or weapons, anything that has some kind of has the military involved, these questions don't generally get asked about, where this money is going to come from. It's just, it's almost like people have this weird compartmentalization of issues where they just sort of bypass those questions and be like, oh, weapons, war, psh, here you go. Here's a blank check. But
That's because people are being put up for collateral, bro. You ever looked at a birth certificate?
nah, I'm well, not other than mine. But what you got?
Check it out. If you look at a birth certificate on the bottom left, it says like American Banknote Company. What's the bank got to do with a birth certificate? So that just goes to show you, man. And everybody, slavery was so long ago. No, nigga, slavery was just restructured. Because if you look at it on there, and I swear, I saw the story on Facebook at first. So I saw it and I was like, man, maybe this is false. You know what I mean? It has some falsehoods, man. I looked at the birth certificates today, 3 of them. Birth certificates and death certificates, and both of them say the same thing. American Banknote Company is who prints the paper that your birth certificate is on, and it's got a number on it. So what does that tell you?
I should watch the documentary over there.
Yeah, see.
Hey, it's a cool game, man. It's just so much that people wouldn't want to pay attention. And I remember I was like speaking with a guy called social worker. So the social workers, they're the ones that deal with the birth certificates and all that stuff. He didn't go into details, but he was just saying some of the things she tell me. It's fucked up shit. So
yeah, let me see if I can. Let me see if I can find it. I had one. It was up. Here it is. All right. Just so y'all can see that I ain't joking. Just so everybody can see that I ain't joking. I'm gonna cover this up. All right. Way down here at the bottom, in this bottom area. I don't know if y'all can see that, but that says American Banknote Company. I know it's unclear, but that's what it says. Age ain't nothing but a number, nigga. People ain't nothing but a number. That's the truth.
I always say Hitler himself, and I know a lot of people like Hitler, but he said it's just that people are nothing.
Yep, people. He's right.
People ain't. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, but
basically, Ian, I'll let you get. Basically, man, we just a bunch of ones and zeros. I mean, not physically. We're not physically ones and zeros, but because we are actually a number, the government actually puts us up for collateral when they run out of money, which is another thing that I like to address, but I'll do that a little later.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would go quite that far, but I do sometimes sort of feel that there is this sort of dismissive disregard that's had with some of these people's lives, especially with a lot of the reports that have come out during the war and some of the accounts that have been given from some of our armed members.
Yeah. Okay. Just saying, man, but it just. Oh, you left? I didn't even notice you was gone. It's all good. I'm gonna talk my shit to Quinn. He can't whoop me, so it is what it is.
Oh no, man, come on now. We go around.
Yeah, we'll go around in a circle, and I'm gonna drop your ass. It's gonna be it.
No, not gonna happen.
Man. Shoot. But on a serious note, man. That was just something that I felt that our listening viewers should know about.
There's also a guy as well, and I think Eric, we talked about this as well. Why does it seem like every time around election time we're talking about the same problems over and over? I
Middle
told him, I
class
said,
issues.
every election there's something for everybody. There's a minority group going through something, economic crisis or jobs crisis.
Because these motherfuckers don't know what they're doing.
Man, yeah, I'll take over from here.
Yeah, Clinton's terrible.
Yeah, well, I think it was probably in part relating to that thing that you call the debates, which, you know, I think the presidential debates was a lot better than the VP debates, and I didn't necessarily know what to expect whenever I saw the debates, but I thought that a lot of the things that were spoken about were just very irrelevant. It was more hypothetical questions, you know, like, you know, what if this happened? Or what if that happened? Like, what if North Korea launched a nuclear warhead? Like what?
Yeah,
that's a very that's an oddly specific question, and I think that question would be more appropriate for not necessarily in a debate setting, but something kind of like off to the side, like off air or something like that. Like, oh, you send them a letter and ask them that kind of question, but you don't propose a question like that when 60 million people or so are watching the TV, and these kind of questions are being used to select your political candidate or your potential presidential candidate. So,
man, so did they ask the VPs those questions, or did they ask Trump and Clinton those questions?
Oh no, this was asked to the VPs, which is, oh my
Why
god,
the
it was
fuck
something.
would you? All right, hold on, because I gotta ask. I gotta know. Why would you ask the assistant coach about an issue that the head coach is the one that's got to deal with?
Yeah.
Like, man, how many times have you ever seen the position coach get an interview in football or basketball? They ain't interviewed. I ain't seen Maurice Cheeks give an interview since he was a head coach. Other than that, he's been an assistant coach or a position coach or something for damn near his entire coaching career. You ain't never seen no interviews from the secondary guys like that. Man, you supposed to ask them. You supposed to ask VPs how they feel about their presidential candidates' views on stuff and all of that. Man, you don't ask them no goddamn question on national security. The fuck do they know?
I mean, you know, like, I think that time would have been more appropriate to ask them questions that weren't asked in the presidential debates. Because I mean, for me personally, I would imagine that the VP and the president are supposed to be pretty much. They may not agree on everything, but they at least have an idea as to how they're going to run their nation. That
would be dumb if they didn't agree on everything.
Well, I think that some discourse is good, but between the both of them, but they at least should have some agreement on, like, oh, okay, well, you know, we know, or at least the VP knows that, hey, that's the president. She wants to run the nation like that. Oh, okay. So at least I need to be sure that when I show up to the debates, I need to be informed, just in case they start asking me some of these questions about some of these topics. And
that makes some kind of sense.
And I didn't really get that from this at all. It's a lot. So one of the questions that was even asked during the debate was a question about their faith, which I thought that was just wildly inappropriate to even
That's
just
hilariously stupid.
Because what does that mean for millions of people of various different faiths? Just asking a question about something so personal to them that really, even if you ask that question, you couldn't even use that to impose any kind of. You couldn't use that alone to impose policies on anybody, because.
Does that make you a better person or a worse person?
I don't think either or, really. I don't think it really does. It doesn't really compliment you or take away from you. I think it really just depends on what you do with that. I would have to evaluate your actions and see how you behave as a result of your beliefs. So I don't agree with them, but so long as you don't try to extend them past beyond just you believing them yourself, and you follow your doctrine, then that's totally fine. But don't try to impose your doctrine on anybody else, nor try to inform your policies on those doctrine. So, like any policies, really any kind of government policy should be informed at all based on your religious beliefs. At least that's just my take on it. But I don't know what's yours or Quentin's.
My thing is, what does it? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I'm looking at it like, you know what, that don't have shit to do with nothing that we even talking about. Like, we talking about running the country and being the second man in charge to running the country. My religious affiliation should have absolutely nothing to do with that. You know what I mean? Like, even if I did worship whomever, how does that affect my ability to make decisions?
I mean, how am I coming in?
Good.
Okay.
Oh,
I would say, I don't care if he says, I worship Batman. As long as you can do the job, that's all I care about. Honestly, even then, going into the Constitution, your religion should not be able to restrict you from office anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. That's stupid. But
I mean, that's my opinion on it. I know.
Yeah.
I know you can get an emotional response out of people, and that's really what that's for. Because that goes back to, real Bernie as well.
Yeah. I don't know though. Maybe they like that video of the Daily Show. Dude did the interview, and everybody was, Barack Obama was a Muslim, and it's like, I'm pretty sure he said at the beginning of his when he was running the first time that he was a strong Christian man with Christian values.
Yeah,
right?
They made him disown his pastor.
Yeah, they made him. It's like, come on, dog.
So,
but that's a sign of a weak. That's a sign of a weak nigga, though.
I can't on that though, but hey. Oh man.
So
I don't know.
Answer this for me, if any one of y'all can. How the hell is the world in $152 trillion of debt?
That's a great question.
Not the United States. No, nigga, the world is in debt. Who the fuck are we in debt to?
Predators.
Thanos owns our debt, nigga. Y'all better pay up, or he finna go get that Infinity Gauntlet on your ass. For all the nerds out there, y'all know who I'm talking about. Thanos. Yeah.
Hey man, the Empire. We don't know. That's the thing. It's like that never is brought up.
Emperor Palpatine.
Hey, might as well be shit. Maybe
Yes,
that's in
hell.
Hey,
I
actually,
mean,
We owe Palpatine money. That's just stupid, dog.
hey, I'd rather be voting for him than my squad because I know he is evil. I know what to expect.
Yeah,
but
that's
you know
just
what?
funny, dog.
But you know what? Actually, let me
You're about to say
let me ask you this question real quick. I'm gonna read off one of I don't know what the heck the name of this debater's questions, but I'll read it from the transcript. She said, "I'd like to start with the topic of presidential leadership. 28 years ago, tomorrow night, Lloyd Benson said the vice presidential debate was not about the qualifications for vice presidency, but how if a tragedy should occur, the vice president has to step in without any margin of error, without the time for preparation to take over responsibility for the biggest job in the world. What about your qualities, your skills, and your temperament equip you to step into that role at the moment's notice?" Which it almost comes out.
Ooh.
It almost comes off like it's a job interview.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
we should do like
That's a damn good question.
we should do like a mock debate on how asinine it can get.
Yeah, that's. Oh, it's funny, dog. It's funny. But honestly, basically that's basically like if Kyrie Irving go down,
How can
that's
you?
like interviewing Dellavedova.
Yeah. Hey,
You know what I mean?
how can you get us? How can you step in and be the man when the man go down?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Ask Tom Brady. He knows.
Oh, good
Now,
organization.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't Drew Bledsoe get hurt? Tom Brady stepped in and handled his business and led them to a Super Bowl and won.
Yeah. Hey,
So
man, that happened with Kurt Warner. Happened with a lot of dudes. But you also had to have that good organization around you.
word.
If Bledsoe and Brady were then playing for the Jacksonville Jaguars, we'd be talking about how Brady's a wash.
That's true.
But I mean, I feel that question like a bunch of hypotheticals that they throw out there. Like, hey,
you're breaking up again,
go to
Quentin. What you got?
war.
Yeah. Oh,
Breaking up again, Quentin.
Yeah, I'm going. That's some
But
old lady.
well, I'm gonna wait till Quentin to regain connection. But I'll ask you another question because the first question wasn't so bad, but the other question that she brought up, I'll see what you think about this. It says, Senator Kane, on the campaign trail, you praised Secretary Clinton's character, including her commitment to public service. Yet 60% of voters don't think that she's trustworthy. Why do so many people distrust her? Is it because they have questions about her emails and the Clinton Foundation? And okay, so what do you think about that question?
That's damn good. A burger. But yeah, nah, man, that's a good question, man. Hey, you want to go on break and wait for Quentin to get back, or have we ever went on break?
I don't even know if we have a break.
No, we don't have
A live show.
Yeah.
What type of live show?
It's a radio show. Yeah.
What you mean he on a radio show?
What's up, Quentin?
Hey, I'm back.
Quentin, you
Okay,
finally.
yeah, man. Like I said, man, it's middle of nowhere between Dallas, Houston.
In other words, you just got to broadcast the whole internet.
Yeah, right.
What's good, young Tony?
Oh my goodness.
It's your nigga, it's your true nigga, you know what I mean? Billy Gates, we out here, you know what I mean? Hey, nah, I ain't gonna do it like that.
That's my cousin.
I ain't gonna do it like that.
All right. But that's one of the that's one of our local talents, man. The dude got some pretty good stuff. That's why I was trying to say if we had some once we can get like intro music and stuff, I'll holler at him and see if he wanna do an intro for us. little intro rap or something.
Hey, tell him either that or you can send me a track and I'll put it on.
Yeah, that too. I'll figure it all out. Child sex trafficking.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey.
I don't know why people think that this is new.
Because
So-
it's not that big, but it's now coming home to us.
So what was the last question?
Yeah. Now you want the. All right, so I'll raise the question to you. So it says, Senator Kaine, on the campaign trail that you praised Secretary Clinton's character, including her commitment to public service, yet 60% of voters don't think she's trustworthy. Why do so many people distrust her? Is it because they have questions about her emails and the Clinton Foundation?
First, I'll have to tell. Of course, I said I commend her. I work with her.
So,
Another thing is, of course, they know the answer to that. Yeah, it's the emails. Yes, it's all the unanswered questions that have been going on. The shadowiness of her organizations. So yeah, a lot of people are going to have some issues.
yep.
And see
I
that
think those issues were because hey, I fucked up. He just said I didn't know. So she tried to play the innocent.
Mm-hmm.
and see like that's what I think about it too. Like, you know, for the moderator to ask such a question, it's like it's one of those duh moments. Like
Yeah.
like, you know, yes, we know that. Why don't you ask something more substance? Like, so is Clinton going to ever release her emails? Actually, no. No. That's not even a good enough question because I already know the answer to that question. I think that the question would probably a better question would be: will the Clinton Foundation ever stop receiving donations from foreign countries?
That's a good question. I just got to rap.
I'll have to ask, how do you feel she can regain the trust of the people?
No, I think I think that's gonna give us some lip service. I'm gonna get number lip service on that damn question. She already has the trust of thousands of people. Look at the polls. We are no. Actually, no. That's a bad response.
That's a bad one because now this is the thing. She has more. She's leading in the polls. I mean, they were talking about voters who like this one or voters who like that one or whatever. So more people like Hillary. I saw it was like 29% are for Hillary, 18% for Trump, and the other 50-something% don't care or don't like him. It's bad. Like, this is the worst presidential election season I've ever seen. Like, nobody likes either one of these people and or trust them. Because, like, remember when I told y'all Trump trying to lose this thing on purpose? I mean, he's trying. It's just the people won't let him.
You know, like I sometimes I wonder about that. Like, you know, is he really trying to throw it? And sometimes I think that way, and sometimes I'm like, I just think that nigga just that incompetent. Like no, that nigga, he ain't playing. That nigga just that stupid. He just that crazy.
Yeah, like but it's hard because you look at it and it's like, dang, man, he can't be this bad. But then you look at it and he is that bad. But you want to give him this benefit, like, yo, I think you're doing this on purpose. But then again, he may not be blowing it on purpose. He might, like you said, he might really just be this bad of this awful of a person. Y'all, I know y'all heard about the new video.
Which one? But which video you talking about?
The one where he was talking to Billy Bush. He was talking to I just saw it. He was talking to Billy Bush and talking about this woman who I think either was going to interview him or something. And he was just speaking like basically like porn talk almost. And then I see like he on the bus, and then he gets out of this bus, and him and Billy Bush actually get off the bus together. I'm like, wow, whoa. This can't. I thought it was fake and just staged until I saw him get out of the bus. Then I was like, wow, you really be this bad of this stupid. But yeah, well, he just might be that dumb. But yeah, like whenever you get time, man, just check it out.
Yeah, I'll check that out, man. That doesn't sound too damn surprising.
No. It ain't surprising by any stretch.
Did you also hear about that news story that came out a few days ago about Donald Trump? His tax return, one of his tax returns leaked out and was shipped over to a which person was it? Let me see. It was which entity was it? Tax returns was sent to. He declared a $916 million loss in 1995, which potentially could have led to him having 18 years of paying virtually no taxes because it was such a huge loss. Who was it that actually got it? Was it the New York Times who actually accidentally? Well, they didn't accidentally. Somebody mailed it to them, and they had it checked out.
I forget who it was. You there, E?
I don't think Quentin's there.
Quentin, nah, I ain't heard Quentin in a minute, but
yeah,
the crazy part about it is the way he tried to cover it up in the debate. That was the funniest shit I ever heard. This nigga said, because I'm smart. You haven't paid taxes in almost 20 years because you're smart. But you lost almost $1 billion. You had a loss of almost $1 billion, but that makes you smarter than who?
Yeah, and there's always, it's just this facade that he always had. If you know, like, oh, I'm a great businessman, I have a lot of money, but like this right here, like is this what you call a good businessman? Losing $916 million? That is a hell of a damn loss for a company.
That ain't like you ain't lose a couple thousand.
Yeah, and I mean I understand, when the bigger you get, the more likely you are to lose money. I mean, losses happen all the time, but that is a significant loss right there.
Yeah, losses happen, but $916 million, bullshit. You don't lose that much.
Yeah, somebody definitely fucked up. So
unless you did something on purpose or it was staged so this could happen, kind of like Kim Kardashian getting robbed for her jewelry.
Hey man,
that dumbass bitch. What? What? She was found bound and gagged for real in France.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fuck out of here.
It's so bad because it's like you don't want that to happen to anybody, but it is a Kardashian, so you like. Is this like to start out the next season of their show or something?
Yeah. Yeah, but you want to know what's funny though? All of them, you don't hear shit about Courtney.
Yeah, that's true.
Cause she like, man, fuck this.
She probably don't know, I guess. However you want to define that.
I always thought she looked better than all of them anyway, but that's just me.
Yeah, but then again, I'm not going out of my way to get any Kardashian.
No, of course not. End up like who? Lamar Odom? Nah, I'm good. Chris Humphries, Reggie Bush. Oh, there he is, Phil in the building. What's going on, brother?
What's up, man?
What's that?
Working still?
Hey man, I just came back from watching The Birth of a Nation.
How was it?
Ooh, that's all I can say right now. I don't want to.
Hey, man,
we should discuss it. We should definitely discuss it, but I don't want to say nothing about it till all y'all go see it.
Next week. We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, because I'll be seeing it this weekend. Or I'll take a day off and go see it or something.
Look, man,
I'll find the time.
We went to movie tavern to go see it, and the white folks were serving it, and it was all black people up in the theater. And by the time we finished watching it, they got the ugly eye.
That's stuff.
Look, them white folks were smiling hard as hell. I'm like, that's what you better do, goddamn. Because this here, this man, look, I don't want to tell y'all about it, but it's pretty deep, though.
It's hardcore.
Which
Nat Turner wasn't no joke, though.
That actually led, which is actually funny. I think somebody was trying to somebody put out an article talking about the historical inaccuracies of it. And one guy put up a picture of
Yeah, one guy obviously put up a picture. Yeah,
he was like,
on the road.
He put up a picture of you know it was of. God damn it, Quentin.
Damn it, man.
Look
You're
at
supposed to be the leader. Lead it to some breakfast, nigga.
Look, man. Look between Luke Cage and this movie, dog. Man, look. If you're not inspired for change right now, you need to wake the fuck up.
Sounds about right to me.
All right, so let me ask this question before it cuts out again. And I think I brought this up towards the end. So is being pro-black anti-white?
Never. And any dumb person that says that is a dumb person. Problem is, that's what a lot of these white folks think. And it's like, nah, man, because if y'all actually do your history, y'all, especially you broke ones, in the same boat with us.
Hey, man, I think my wife just put it beautifully. She said, just because I love me don't mean I don't love you.
Boom. All day long.
Don't mean I hate you. Don't mean I don't hate you. Definitely means I don't hate you.
Yep.
Because look here, man. Look. At the end of the day, man, and if you, like I said, if you really go back and do your research in the 60s and the 70s, man, it wasn't just black folks in that civil rights movement. It was white folks, and it was some hardcore white folks, man, because at the end of the day, it's all about right and wrong.
Yep.
And like I said, I don't want to spoil the movie, man, but look, I don't want to talk about it no more because I'm compelled. I'm so compelled because it's so, we have to have the next show, it has to be about the discussion of this movie because it relates to so many things that's going on with us, our relations, white folks and other folks and ourselves, man, on so many different levels. Man, I know what I will say this though. How dare some Caucasian people or the white supremacists or the dominant society to want us to forget about what happened? How fucking dare them?
Hey, man. They make you they want you to remember 9/11 but forget about 531. So, it's
Church.
a thing.
Yeah, we still got to learn about the Alamo.
Yeah, we still remembering the goddamn Alamo.
Justin is so
Hey, man. Am I wrong for it though? Like, that building is still up, and we know it. We can go see it any day of the week. The motherfucker in San Antonio. That ain't shit but a drive.
And guess what? Ain't nothing special about that motherfucker. I went there. I was like, okay.
It's a building.
Okay, we did. It's a building.
That's what the Alamo is.
Only thing special about the Riverwalk is that's where they filmed Selena.
Hey, that was a bad woman though. I'm sorry. That's one of the baddest. That's one of the baddest chicks ever to walk the face.
I hear you, Jeff.
Selena,
Oh, okay.
one of
Yeah.
Hey, what was y'all
the
talking about?
baddest.
What was y'all talking about earlier when I got it? Y'all talking about the that $1, $2, $3 trillion debt shit?
Yeah, we did talk about that.
I need y'all to go see Zeitgeist, where Peter Joseph breaks down this whole deficit thing and how money is created out of thin air and the deficit is created out of thin air. There's nothing backing. The only thing that backs all that military. The idea about if you don't honor this dollar, we will come in and fuck your shit up and take away everything.
So are you saying we practice gangster
That's about
tactics?
What? Are you
Shit.
kidding me? Hell yeah. I'm sorry. I was in the military and I was part of it. Gangster they shit. There wasn't no weapons of mass destruction. There wasn't none of that.
Huh.
Said I was part of a unit that led the biggest airstrike in human history. All
Damn.
the information. They ain't found no damn weapons of mass destruction because it wasn't there because it was a lie. Iraq on made them for 9/11
Like the moon landing.
when it was an inside job. I mean,
We all know that because they couldn't find the plane that hit the Pentagon.
They can't find a plane at the Pentagon. They didn't already prove that plane. Well, hell, they lost the whole plane in Malaysia.
They did. They did lose an entire plane in Malaysia. No traces of it.
That's bullshit because all of it's bullshit, dog. Look, war is big business. And you just can't, and because of the Constitution, because of the Geneva Convention, all that stuff, America just can't really go in there and gangster shit. They really can't do that. So that's why they have to have something that's justifiable. So that's why they came up with the whole about the war. I mean, the 9/11 and the attacks and all that. Them going into that country. Listen to what I tell you. We was planning the invasion of Iraq in 2010. In January of 2010. We was preparing for it. In January of 2010. I was stationed at I was stationed at Hunter Army Airfield. Our mission at Hunter Army Airfield, we was working with the DEA to help stop the infiltration of drugs down in Exuma, Bahamas. They gave that mission up for the invasion of Iraq.
They gave it up. They was like, nah, man, this ain't big enough.
Dude, we was making bread going down there, basically not doing nothing. I was doing comms for them. They gave that mission up. That was their mission for like 10 years. They gave that mission up for the war in Iraq.
Well, yeah, for opium. They go and get that opium. Everybody think it's about oil. It's like, nah, man, that shit is about opium.
Too now. Oh no, it was about oil. Oh yes.
Oh, we
Was
gotta
the
get,
opium in there? I'm pretty sure it was because it
gotta,
was in Vietnam.
gotta get that all. Yeah.
It was like that in Vietnam, so they still was growing it. So but it wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't for the opium. You know what I'm saying? So, but I know what it was for. It was for the coming there and gangster their country. We never leave.
Nope.
Fact,
Eddie Griffin said
Kuwait,
that.
I think because Kuwait, even though after Desert Storm and all that, Kuwait became like Korea, like a duty station over. So it's like when you in your career in the military, it's bound to determine that either you're going to go to Korea or not to do 1 year. It's almost mandatory. And I've had, especially if it depends on your job. So they made Kuwait the same thing. When we went to Kuwait in 2002, they had soldiers that was there. They'll come and they'll do a year. They do it in Camp Doha. They come there, they do the year, and they go back. Whatever. They have leave, where they give them like 2 weeks and they come back to the States, want to come back and finish doing their year. Same thing with Korea. And so now they've done the same thing with Iraq now. It's a year rotation now. So that's why we pulled out. We ain't pulled out of shit.
That's crazy.
But that's what they do. Same thing with Germany. Same thing with Italy. You know, like I said, same thing with Vietnam. All that. It's the same thing. They keep them, you know, once we there, we are there.
That's crazy, man. We got like the most in-country problems, and yet we want to tell everybody else how to run their stuff. Like, how we going, you know what I mean? Like, my house is burning down, but yours is getting robbed. So I'm going to tell you how to prevent yours from getting robbed while mine is burning down still.
And then, see, the thing about it is, people in the international community know what's up with America.
Oh yeah, that's why that
Didn't really know.
That's why Duterte told Obama. Rodrigo Duterte, yeah, he was like, "Hey man, how the fuck you gonna tell me how to run my country when your people?" And I don't know if he was, when he said "your people," he could have been talking of any two people, either Americans or black people, because he was talking to Obama. He was like, "Man, you can't come over here and tell me how to run my country, how to treat my people when yours are in your country getting shot up and mistreated and all that shit. Man, take your ass on somewhere else." Is ironically speaking the way he put it.
And look, he did say fuck. Did he say fuck them? He said some shit like that.
He called him
that dude pissed.
Oh yeah, he called him something. Whatever it wasn't good.
Well, he did say that I would curse at you.
Oh yeah,
man. Look.
Did he call him a son of a bitch?
Said, son of a bitch.
Yeah. Son of a bitch, I was swearing at you.
He said, some of a bitch.
Yeah. I was like, dang, that's gangster.
But guess what? America ain't stupid. Ain't going over there and fuck with them people, because them people about them nukes for real.
See, which makes me beg the question. How the fuck can you even think that there are weapons of mass destruction in an area like Iran or Afghanistan and all these places? I'm like, man, have you seen these places? Do they look like they have anything more technological than,
Don't sleep on them, Just
maybe a cell phone? My question: how did they get them?
Because America gave it to them. That's why.
That's what I'm saying.
Paul Mooney said it best. How you gonna say about weapons of mass destruction when you guys holding the receipt?
Mm-hmm.
When we holding the receipt.
Yep. I remember he said that in a comedy special and on Chappelle's show.
Sure.
And, it's kind of like that new weapons deal that we were talking about earlier. Like, we're selling them our weapons. So,
man, the same weapons dealers they're selling internationally, they're selling domestically. How you think niggas is getting them weapons in the hood?
Just like they did. Hey, so hold on, because this shit was huge. All right, we all done seen Luke Cage. How far have y'all seen it?
I've seen the whole thing. I've seen it
all right, so Phil, you done seen the whole thing,
right?
E, you done seen the whole thing?
Yeah, I have. I seen it all.
All right, so there was a scene where the whole hostage situation.
Yeah.
Where that police chief was like, man, how long do you think it'll take these types of bullets or this type of weapon to hit the streets? I'm like, man, you know how many connections people have to the police department to where they can get those same guns?
They said
and
that.
those same bullets. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, man, that's cold-blooded. Like, it was many underlying messages in that show to where I was like, yo,
didn't the sister
this
say
shit
that?
is real. Yeah, the police chief
Didn't the
lady.
assistant police chief say that?
Yeah, she said it. That
And
shit
guess
threw me
what?
for a loop.
But guess what? Did they ever really say about where those weapons came? They came from a company.
Yeah.
They said the name one time, and I guarantee you, it's going to come out in the second season as to where those weapons came from. I mean, I kind of remember where,
Mm-hmm.
but they noticed they only said it one time.
Yeah.
But it came from the private sector. That's where it came from. It came from the private sector.
Mm-hmm. It's off the hook, man. I enjoyed that show. I think I got like 1 or 2 more episodes to finish. So I might finish those tonight. But man, I'm looking at it like, yo, this shit is off the hook.
Let me ask a question, because it was brought up to me by a friend of mine. Me and Q talked about this. Okay, I have a friend of mine that he was watching the show, and then he stopped watching the show. He stopped watching the show because he said he didn't appreciate the use of the word nigga in the series.
Oh.
Now he only got to about episode, I think 2 or 3. But this is what he said. Y'all thoughts?
Man, look.
I think he probably should have made it past episode 2, because I mean, hell, he would know that Luke Cage don't even like that word.
Exactly.
He don't even like it.
And that's what I told my brother. I said, look, man, before you prejudge, because he compared it to Django. He compared it to Django.
How the fuck can you compare the show Luke Cage to a race-based movie like Django?
Well, I mean, Luke Cage is considered by some points of views as a race-based show, for all intents and purposes.
Well, goddamn, we can't have a black superhero. Like, is that what they trying to say? We can't have a black superhero.
No,
like for real. They got all of them. Fuck.
No, I think it's in part it's that sort of perception that some people have whenever they see a black protagonist. For some people, they automatically assume that, oh, okay, well, that's a black show. Of course, they gonna have like nigga this, nigga that, like, oh man, they go, and then there's just, and then it becomes to the point where now there's a lot of assumptions made as to what kind of content will be in this show, so their mind just sort of turns off, and that's just kind of what the impression that I'm getting when that guy was talking about Django. Like, oh man, it's just another Django. Like Django, I saw Django. Django's raunchy.
Oh my! Look,
man,
I'm a big Quentin Tarantino fan, so I like Django, but I didn't think it deserves no kind of a award from the NAACP, Image Awards, and all this kind of stuff for this portrayal. Like he was a super. He wasn't a superhero. But as far as Luke Cage is concerned, see, first things first. This show is hip hop based. I mean, every episode is named after a Gang Starr song. So we have to understand hip hop, and I'm not talking about this shit that we call hip hop today. I'm talking about the 4 elements. We have to understand hip hop.
The show is in Harlem.
Exactly. That's one. And then we have to think about 2, not just Luke Cage. We have to think about Jessica Jones, and we have to think about Daredevil. What is the common denominator of that show? It's where? It's in New York, right?
It's in New York.
It's in New York, the birthplace of hip hop.
Yep.
Hell's Kitchen.
It the Mecca?
Yeah, Hell's Kitchen. But now it's the birthplace of hip hop. But it's, especially when you involve Harlem, we're talking about the Renaissance. It's the explosion of our development as a black culture.
Yep, the new Renaissance, the little flyers they had on the show.
And that's that's not no made up shit, you know that, right? Some real shit, the new Renaissance. That's some shit that they actually they've been trying to do in New York for a while now. Because they're trying to stop the gentrification of Harlem. You know what I'm saying? So that's all that's why that show is so important. But they don't have to, and they don't understand those aspects of it. Because it's so urban. See, everybody, when it comes to the superhero part, they forget about the common person. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said, and people might look at me crazy, Stan Lee is a brilliant dude. Because Stan Lee created all this. Stan Lee is a brilliant dude. If anybody, you know, if you're on Netflix, there's a documentary on Stan Lee, and I'm telling you, it's very, very interesting.
Martin
To
Luther
hear his,
King and
his
Malcolm X. Martin Luther King and Malcolm X are based off of Professor Xavier, and
and he talks about that.
Professor X and Magneto have some kind of connection to Malcolm and Martin.
But yeah, exactly, that was deliberate. He specifically created like that. He specifically created the mutants in his way of protesting about what was being done to black people. He specifically made that up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
okay.
He specifically made Power Man. He specifically made Black Panther and the Wakandans the way they did.
Yeah, because honestly,
brilliant.
Because like it's crazy how it all worked out, man. Because if you look at it, people love Spider-Man.
Clean it up.
They love Cap. They love Iron Man. They love all these other superheroes, right? And yet they hate the X-Men. Why? Like, why do they hate the X-Men, but they praise all these other ones? What's the difference between mutant powers and superpowers that they didn't got? You know what I mean?
And if you're a big comic book nerd, if you notice how when the X-Men first came out, how they basically put, the Avengers, when the Avengers first came out, how the X-Men basically fell back. They really fell back off the X-Men.
Yeah. That's another one.
Because in those movies, they always talk about that struggle between mutant kind and humankind.
Well, like if I were to think about it in the sense of like the cinematic universe, really, like if you're thinking about like the Avengers always had a very close relationship with the government, so they were always in the limelight. Even though Captain America, the Winter Soldier, kind of unveiled, Hydra, pretty much working from the inside. But X-Men sort of worked from the bottom up, where you already had mutants congregating amongst regular people, and regular people like, oh my gosh, this motherfucker here got telekinetic powers. I don't know who the fuck he is. He's not no public face. He's just different.
And not only that, when they found out about Cerebro too, where he can tap into any being on the planet, that even made them more scared.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I got something for you too. Has anybody seen Captain America: Civil War?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how much y'all read comic books. Have y'all read the comic book Civil War?
I can't say that I have.
Okay, I'll give you.
Yeah.
Because the movie doesn't really touch on the comic book. Let me give you something. You want to talk about the mutants and all that? Okay, so what happens is, to give you the short version of it, what happens is that they had an incident with the Hulk, and they brought in what they call the Hulk Busters or whatever, and so some civilians got hurt. So what the government decided was, okay, remember the Mutant Registration Act? Okay, so what the government decided is, okay, not only does the mutants have to register, but every being on the planet that has powers have to register now. So it was almost like, I would say, the Caucasian folks. If you bring it to modern times, it's like the Caucasian folks, or the people that have been oppressing the mutants or whatever. Now, even though they're, like the Avengers, all them have to do it too, and that's why in the movie, Captain America rebels.
Yeah.
Because, he rebels. He doesn't agree with it. So that's what puts like I said, the story of the movie is not with the comic book, but that's what puts him and Iron Man on, because now Iron Man is fully behind and fully funded by the government now. So he's basically the government representative, i.e. S.H.I.E.L.D. So that's what puts them at odds. And it's crazy because Superman is the first human being he's the first superhero to give him up his identity as Peter Parker. And that shocked the whole world.
Oh yeah.
And that shocks the whole world. So now with that happening, Spider-Man.
Yeah, but I know where you're going, because I remember you at the end of the first Iron Man movie. It seems like I am Iron Man, and ever since then, shit just kind of went left. You know, but that's the truth. It's like because he came out, everybody's here come all these folks, here come all these characters, and they got to make the story good enough.
But the thing
And they
about it,
did a damn good job ish.
it's all about fear. It's all about
Yeah.
the government fear. And like I said, once you guys go see Birth of a Nation, you will see exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna walk out of Birth of a Nation ready to slap me a white person. That'll be messed up. I ain't gonna do it, but I'm just saying.
Look here,
Like
man. You look, they do some things, and then like me and my wife were talking to the kids about the things that they show in the movie was just at the tip of the iceberg of the things they did to us.
yeah.
Because they was having they had places set up to where these slave masters and all that was coming in and raping boys, not just the women, raping boys. And sodomizing young men and all that. They never show that in Hollywood, but that's what happened.
Well, that's how you break a nation, man. You either start. You can't really start with a strongest. All right, because you ain't finna take a kingdom down by attacking the king because his people gonna rebel. But if you take out the underlings, you know what I mean, attack a few of the smaller groups, you know what I mean, then you got a chance. You know what I mean? That's the way I've always seen it. You know what I mean? So,
but like I said, it's a definitely learning experience. But like I said, I don't want to give too much away from the movie. But like I said, next week, man, we really need to have a thorough discussion. Matter of fact, a thorough discussion of Luke Cage and Birth of a Nation, and then talk about solutions, man.
Yeah, we'll definitely make that the next one, then.
Because there's some solutions that have, because what is as humans? What have we done in our lives? We tried to minimize. We made mistakes, and what we did was we tried not to do those same things. We for the most part, if it took us a couple times to bump our heads, but eventually we got the lesson, and eventually we didn't do that thing anymore. And that's what we need to do as a people.
Mm-hmm.
That is what we need to do as a people. We need to know our history. We need to know our history so we can know how to proceed forward. Just like, hey, what's the main thing on Luke Cage said? Forward always. That's powerful. That's a powerful fucking statement. That is a powerful fucking statement. It's simple.
In order to know where you're going, got to know where you've been.
But you got to know where you've been. You know what I'm saying? That's what these youth, because like I said, the changes that we need as a people, we won't see it in our generation, but it's going to be within the youth, and that's why the youth has to know. So you have to. And then we have to teach them. We, the parents, that's why the family structure is so important, because they're not going to learn the history lessons in school, because they're steadily trying to minimize us. They don't even call us slaves; they call us immigrants now. They slowly but surely, strategically, are trying to weed out the story of slavery. They're trying to weed it out.
Yeah, because if they knew that we knew the truth and went and lived off of it, it ain't a black person in America who right now doesn't have a legit reason why they shouldn't be mad.
You're supposed to be.
That's just what I'm thinking. Like, it ain't one of us.
But the people have to understand is that we can't do things off of emotions, because that's where we go wrong at.
Yeah.
We go wrong when we start thinking emotionally and not thinking logically. I.e., these brothers shooting up Baton Rouge and Dallas. Those were emotional killings. Those weren't strategic killings. And I'm not saying that killing is going to be the answer. Although I fear that it's going to have to happen that way to a degree. Well, actually, I take that back. It's already happening like that.
Yep.
But the thing about it is, we the people have to understand is that we can't. Just like Killer Mike said, we are not ready to fight no real war like that.
Nah, we're not equipped for it.
We're not equipped for it. Financially, we're not equipped for it. Mentally, we're not equipped for it. Tactically, we ain't equipped for it.
We outmanned and outgunned and out-strategized like the whole nine, man. We ain't got it together. Shoot, we still fighting with each other.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, honestly, once we done got our stuff straight, then you can fight with your brother if you so choose to. But until then, we got to band together, and then you can get the dude later. But yeah.
Now, I mean, I don't necessarily think that I don't think that having an emotional response or necessarily feeling bad about something is necessarily a bad thing. I would hope that my thing would just be don't necessarily go out and just go ahead and start shooting people just because you feel like you're in a bad spot. Like the way you feel should invoke thought as to like, okay, why do I feel this way? I should probably look into it and try to assess the situation out and see like, well, how can I make this situation a little bit better to my advantage? But don't necessarily go out there and be like, I'm gonna get you, nigga. Like, oh, no, hold on, man. Don't do that. Not yet.
Hey, America.
Oh shit,
America
back?
Yes, I'm back. Q was back, baby.
Oh.
So,
all right, Q. What you talking about?
No, I was gonna say what Eric was gonna run off of that. Hey man, America made the gangster, but now they mad when he reacts.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing about it. Guess what? We haven't really started to react like that. But guess what? People are getting really tired of what's going on, man.
Yeah,
People are we really getting tired of what's going on.
Man.
It's just a matter of how much the people are going to take.
Man,
like Luke Cage said, I just want to be left the fuck alone.
Didn't we just say that last week, Jay?
I said that.
Just said that.
Mm-hmm.
I said that, man. Sometimes, dog, we really ain't trying to be violent or none of that old stuff, man. It's like, look, bro, we really want to just be left alone to do our own thing. We'll police ourselves, and people keep talking about, man, we got to build a better rapport with the police. It's like, no, we ain't the ones who started this shit. Why we got to try to build a better rapport with them when they started it? You know what I mean?
Let me think about that statement for a second, because I agree with you just to a degree, but I gotta disagree with you a little bit, because I think we do to a certain extent, but before we do any of that shit, we got to learn how to police and discipline ourselves first.
Oh, true.
Before we do any of that shit.
I totally agree with you. Like, that's all right. Like, whenever we hear about some black dude who out there, a black dude who messing with some kid, or who raped some girl, something like that, we need to be the first ones to go and whoop this nigga. Keep him from going to jail, but we finna bust your head.
Hey,
you ain't gonna do that no more.
And guess what? I'm telling you, I tell this to people all the time. Fuck the police, but as soon as some shit happens, who the fuck are we calling? We call them same goddamn police. So we really do have to have better relations with the police, because all police are not bad. They're all not bad.
That's true. And I agree with you on that.
Now,
but
would you agree?
If you know you're a part of a bad system, right? You know that this ain't that what the people that you working with are doing is wrong. You know that it's your responsibility at that point to go out into the community and be like, yo, it ain't me. All right, I want to build a better rapport for them, and we're gonna tell you, well, what y'all need to do as good cops is come together and weed out these bad cops. You know what I mean? Because they keep telling us, man, learn the system and go file reports and all of this old stuff. It's like, dude, if we file a report, if we do it, it's gonna get swept under the rug. y'all know what's happening. If y'all do it, it may be a little bit different. But I don't know. I'm not a cop, nor do I care about them that much. Mm-hmm. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I get that because it's one of those things where, yeah, we need to develop. It's a two-way street though. It's like I can't fix a relationship that you're not willing to fix either.
Exactly.
Yes, it
And
is a two-way street.
yeah. So
Exactly. They
them,
keep telling us to be the doing us too.
oh man, see, it's yeah, I gotta catch back up with everything. I mean, I had all that shit to say, but on the road, you know how that goes. But
Yeah.
I would say I will be seeing Birth of a Nation this weekend. Is going to happen.
Word.
So I just got to, and we will be discussing that next week. So that's everybody's homework is go home.
I already saw it.
Well, yeah, we already got you. We're probably going to talk about it anyway. So
Yeah, it is.
Me and you gonna be talking about it all week too. I'm so man, it's a mirage of emotions what I had with that movie, man. I was excited about the movie, but there's parts that's really, really sad that really make you angry. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
and actually, that's why I used to stop watching. Like to this day, I have never, and y'all probably going to destroy me for this. I've never
Nah,
seen the
probably
original.
not.
Me, I never seen all of them. I've seen some of them,
Me
but not
either.
all of
I'm
them.
good on it.
I've never like when my aunt and all them were trying. Oh, you need to watch Roots. I said, why would I watch that? I was like, I'm not trying to watch a slave movie. I was like, because deep down it's one of those things. It's like, dang, that shit actually went on,
Dark.
and then I'm supposed to look at it do get you to feeling some type of way because then you start hating people, and then you got to kind of check yourself and be like, all right, man, it wasn't him per se, but that motherfucker in that movie sure did look like you. You know.
Mhm. Hey, fellas, I'm gonna have to sign out on y'all, man, probably for the night. I gotta get up. I gotta get some sleep so I can get up and make this road trip in the morning.
Hey, nigga, we don't sleep around here. What you talking about?
Well, you don't, but
You know why
I
you
got
say that? Because it's
I got
Friday. He
shit to do.
ain't gotta go to
Man,
work this weekend. That's why.
Are you about to go have some coffee? If you got to do that, I can let you go.
I'm finna go shower and go to sleep.
Hey man, coffee
That's what I'm
apparently
doing.
is a motherfucker.
Hey.
Good
And all
coffee.
y'all folks, if y'all haven't seen Luke Cage, y'all wouldn't know what we were talking about. But
Yeah,
coffee is a
yeah.
motherfucker.
Hey, man. I told him that's my new that's gonna be my new lines. But
Go have some coffee.
all right, but before you sign off, go ahead. Anything coming up this weekend?
Nah, I'm gonna be out of town this weekend. I'm going to Blinn for their homecoming game. Got to go watch my alma mater play, man. And everybody, I've been putting this off since I left, since 2008.
Yeah,
So it's
you
kind of past due for me to go and watch them boys play. But I'm gonna go and do that. My birthday is tomorrow.
Oh,
So
happy birthday, brother.
I appreciate it. So
All right,
when I
yeah.
leave from out there, I'm shooting back out here to Beaumont, and I'm going out to eat with a few people, and that's gonna be my night.
And find somebody to have some coffee with.
Hey. It's the way to stay sane.
gotta have some coffee.
All right, and all right. So other than that, what about Soul Wonder, man? We got any albums coming up soon?
I'm steadily still working, man. I've been I'm still slowing up. I mean, my little side business, so I'm slowing up. So I'm trying to get back into doing my music. I'm trying to try to have somebody, if not by December, at least January 1st. Anybody, if they're looking for beats, please hit me up at soulwonder@gmail.com. You can go hear my stuff on SoundCloud. And Dat Piff, I have a project on Dat Piff. Please, reach out to me. I don't care where you at. If you need me to come to you to work in the studio, that's how I prefer it. So just, hit me up. and let me know, and we can make it happen. I'm real reasonable. I do this. I mean, my time is not free, but I do this because I love it, and I'm all in the interest of making good music and good quality music. So I can work with you. You know what I'm saying? Just get at me. That's all I can say. What else I want to say? Definitely go see Birth of a Nation. Definitely go see Luke Cage. Please go support these things, man. Especially us melanated folks. Please go support that, man. Anything else that's coming out that's black? Hidden Fences. There's a story about and now I'm telling you about some previews. But that's a story about these women, about the women that are part of NASA that helped put the first man on the moon. You know, definitely go see that. There's another movie, and like I said, these are movies that we should see, whether they may be stereotypical or not. That we should see. There's another movie about what's the name of that movie about this white man, this black woman. They helped change the laws about marriage, to a person of color and stuff like that. I can't remember the name of the movie, but
I've seen that preview.
Please go see that movie. Go see that movie. We got to get we have to get our information up. I made a statement last week about the election, and I believe the statement I made was that we as black folks should withhold our presidential vote and focus on local politics. And what I mean by that is, if nobody was clarifying about that, is that you go out, you do your research, you find out who's on find out, who's your mayor, who's your police chief, all that stuff. Start getting involved in the community on the local level. Get involved in local politics. Get to know who these people are. Go to community events. Go do this time. Get your knowledge up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? My wife had to call me on that statement because she asked me, he was like, well, who's your mayor? Who's your which one? And I honestly didn't know. And I should know.
Hey, I got man. I'm on my way to the crib so I can handle all my business. But yeah, he right.
We got to get informed.
Yeah. Hey, I'll holler at y'all next week, man, on the show.
All right,
All right, man. Peace out.
Yeah, we got to get informed, man. We got to get informed. We got to get even politics. We have to understand that our intelligence is what's going to get us past this problem. Our intelligence. Our knowledge.
And
so
man, what you got? Anything going on?
Nah, I mean, other than we'll be at Comic-Con on the 15th. So
yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Then we'll be there. Yeah, we'll certainly be there.
The Critical Dump will be there on the 15th.
We're gonna try to do some type of live feed while we're there. So hey man, y'all stay tuned for that. I get to see our pretty faces and see where those sexy voices come from. Also, this weekend we also gonna be hitting up the fair, so I may try to do some little live short feed as well. I got Misha, who she participates on my other show. She's coming up, or actually she's out here now, so she's gonna be there. So it's gonna be a couple fun weekends coming up, man. So I'll be ready for that. Other than that, I'm just trying to catch up on homework like I'm supposed to. Try to finish up Luke Cage. I'll probably try to finish that this weekend. Other than that, man, that's all I really had going on. So without further ado, man, we're going to
figure out how to turn it down. Sure.
Oh shit, he don't even know what he's doing. He over there fiddling with technology. But anyways, I apologize I couldn't be on the feed as long. And I probably sound like a robot, but hey, man, it's all good. But I guess we'll go ahead and call it there, huh?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and call it there for another episode of The Critical Dump. Then what's up, Mr. What's up, man? What you got? Mr. Phil.
Oh, yeah. Yo. That's it for me, man. Look, peace, love, success. Be careful out there. Remember, everybody just get home.
All right. Message to live by.
Awesome. Woohoo.